Howie, you're in town for Thursday Night Football, Raiders, 49ers. We've reached that halfway point of the season. I know in your playing days, you kind of go back and you look at the halfway point. It's nice to see the home stretch. As a broadcaster, what's that feeling like?
Well, I signed on to do Thursday Night Football in addition to Sunday, so, logically it didn't make any sense at all, but it looked good when I signed on, when you're in Arizona this time of the year and flying to New York on Wednesday, flying back to Arizona on Friday, flying to LA Saturday, flying home Sunday night. So the midway point is, like most players, I'm exhausted as a broadcaster. It looked good though when I signed on.
When you had a lot of energy at the beginning of the season.
And the Thursdays are fun. It's just getting there. They don't pay me to work. They pay me to travel. Actually.
Well, and it's always fun walking into this building. I mean, there's just so many memories of your time with the silver and black.
The history. It's a reminder for everyone in the building, from top to bottom, kind of what the standard has been here and what you have to get to. And that's a challenge. It's tough to win football games. It's tough to build football teams. Right now you've got 3 first-round picks next year and 5, including the 2 you have the following year. And there's a really great opportunity in a year and a half to kind of hit your stride here. And I think the fans just have to be patient.
What do you think is going on in Coach Gruden's mind? Because obviously he comes back to the silver and black, and there's a lot on his plate. Not only does he have to win ball games right now, but like you said, you are focusing on building a franchise because you did sign a long-term contract. When you look at the transition that he made from broadcasting to coaching, I mean, you're sitting behind a desk right now.
Sure. Can
you even imagine making that transition?
I think Jon always thought in those terms as a broadcaster. And it's almost like people thought he was sitting in a time capsule somewhere. He was locked in a room and wasn't allowed to watch any football or
didn't progress.
The game has changed so much, Jon. How could you possibly be capable of doing what they're asking you to do? When in reality, he was on a weekly basis meeting with, watching film of each team, their last 3 opponents, as if he's preparing for a game and getting an opportunity to meet with 2 staffs, look at 2 different philosophies of how to run an organization.
Looking at your personal life, you guys are a true football family. Your 2 sons.
We can't avoid it.
No, you can't at all. 2 sons that play, Howie Jr. that works for the Raiders.
Yeah.
How do you address your 2 sons that play? What type of advice do you give them? Do they even listen to your advice?
I don't know if a couple of things. One, I had the good fortune, and I thought to myself, if I didn't want them to play football necessarily, but they chose to play football. You are who you are, and it's in your DNA, and that's just the way it works. But if they're going to play, I was going to coach them, because my thought process was, I can't help you with your chemistry or your biology, but I sure can teach you how to do this and do it the right way and prepare the right way and play the right way. In my wildest dreams, would I have thought we'd have 2 first-round picks and Kyle will go to multiple Pro Bowls in his first 3 years and Chris have the kind of career he's had and win 2 Super Bowls. I never would have thought that. What I still do on a weekly basis is I scout their upcoming opponent and watch the film, and I send them texts of, it's the longest text. It's such a dad thing. It's the longest text you could possibly send with every conceivable point of scouting about their upcoming opponent that I could possibly find. Whether they read it or use it, I don't know, but it makes me feel better.
You have a 3-year-old grandson. You have 1 on the way. Do you have any girls in the family, or is this
we just can't seem
reproducing
to get,
boys here?
Yeah, we just can't seem to. I was prepared for a girl on this one, but
there's still plenty of time. You have 2 other sons.
I think, hey, look, listen, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's a longer conversation, but Waylon, our first grandson, he's just edible. People say it's better than having kids. I don't know about that. It's different. It's amazing. He's amazing, and I think Chris and Megan, his wife, are amazing parents, and they have so much more information at their disposal than we had when we had Chris. I mean, we were in the Dr. Spock book when he was throwing up as a baby. Page 46, what do you do when your baby throws up? We had no relatives out there. We had no support. So they're in a much better position, but they're great parents.
So when you're not talking football, what are you doing? I know you guys have a vacation home in Arizona, but what are your guilty pleasures outside of sports?
Montana, Arizona's more of a kind of a, I did the commute from Virginia for 18 years to LA every week, and that got old. I mean, I knew every tree on the way to the airport, and decided after young Howie left the house to get some property there and build something. But you know, Montana is kind of we've been there almost 30 years. And you know, I think the kids love it, and it's kind of the world disappears there. That's my kind of go.
Hunting, fishing?
I don't hunt or fish.
Wow.
I'm in the water though. I'm on a lake bigger than Lake Tahoe up there in Montana. It's just
a good place to unplug.
Breathtaking. We've got 300 trees. We harvest the cherries every year. So, you know, stuff that you wouldn't think I'd be doing, I'm doing. Stuff I never thought I'd be doing, I'm doing.
Howie, thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.